It doesn't. No value. Lettuce. People put it on everything. They put it on. I mean, like I went to this. I was on this, and there was lettuce on an gyro sandwich. Nobody ever should put lettuce on an gyro sandwich. And I got like on the comment section, and people were like, "Well, that's what you're supposed to eat." I was like, "Motherfucker, you ain't never eaten an gyro sandwich if you think it has supposed to have lettuce on it. And why would you put it on a taco? A taco is supposed to have onions and cilantro, but I guess onions are too spicy for you, but
you realize lettuce. We're live now, right?
And cilantro. Oh, why is,
and you're on a delay.
There we go.
It was so good we got to hear it twice. I was just going to know, I've gotten in a situation where I totally agree. I think lettuce, I used to eat it because I didn't like a lot of vegetables, and it was like my introductory vegetable. And lettuce. Lettuce sucks. Lettuce has no point. There's no point to lettuce. Well, what about a salad? Eat a salad with spinach. Instead of lettuce. Go. If you ate a wheelbarrow full of lettuce, there would be no nutritional value. It's
nature's
worthless.
broom. It sweeps all the stuff out.
Well, she has a point. She's very thin, so she may know. Brittany, how you doing? Oh, you're drinking tonight. Are you old enough to drink? Do I need to call the police?
I'm going to call the police.
Yes, to the police. No, I'm not old enough.
All right. You are pretty old now, aren't you? Aren't you 28 or something?
You're 47. Aren't you 47 now?
How old are you?
You've grown since we met you.
If you were 47, like I would be insisting on you giving me your skincare routine. Like, show me.
How old are you, Brittany? You're a mystery.
24.
24. That's right.
She's
24.
a baby.
That's a little baby.
I love you, Britt.
You're a little baby. Oh, baby.
Yeah, Britt's
I will mother her.
Britt's the best. I want her to have a much larger role with us. She's just so.
Then why aren't you casting her in the next movie?
And what?
Yeah.
Doing what? You want to be one of the lesbians? You can be one of the lesbians.
She might.
Okay. I will.
Topless, covered in blood.
No,
for the world to see.
Though.
She'll get ostracized.
Oh no!
In her little
yeah,
circle.
no. I don't want to get roasted for my cellulite. So.
Oh, a little candy jab. We got a little cat action happening in the big and funky cat house.
Oh, what? I missed it.
She's sitting there making fun of Candy's cellulite.
Yeah,
I am not. No,
she wouldn't do that. She would not do that.
Shut up, Benny. Me and Candy are friends.
Oh, Candy's the best. In fact, talk to her today at length. We'll start. We got a lot to talk about today.
Hey, whoa! You're not supposed to be talking to her about length. We decided that nobody sleeps with Candy. Remember,
I'm just trying to tempt her with my stories of length.
Oh, okay.
I just like the ego stroke. Nothing's going to happen. But this is going to be a weird weekend for me. I'm going down to North Carolina by myself to film 2 Native Americans in a town that actually is more dangerous than Tabor City, and to reshoot the opening for the hike because we feel like the hike's opening is a little confusing for the squares. So we're going to include some natives and stuff. So that's going to be interesting, and I'm going to be able to go to one of the. Have you ever? If it's Luke, you know this. Candy all the time talks about how the air in North Carolina is different in South Carolina, and it's all funky down there with spirituality and stuff. And they have these cemeteries that are insane. And they sent me the directions today to the place called Circle Cemetery in Green Sea, South Carolina.
Circle.
Because Circle
death metal thing.
Circle is the most intimidating shape, by the way. And I'll post. What do you think it is? You made a face, Tracy. What do you think is the most intimidating shape?
Like of kindergartner shapes?
Well, yeah.
I would say definitely the triangle because you can use that as a weapon.
And you're right. It's got points, and it's also there's like an Illuminati thing going on. All right, Brittany's
gone. Yeah. I think it's the omnihectohedron. It's very intimidating.
That's a good one. Did you learn that? I think your school systems are better than ours up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't get to that. I think that the most advanced shape we ever had was a Roomba, which then they converted the Roomba into a robot that sucks up. You mean
the rhombus? You mean a rhombus?
Oh, is it not a Roomba?
No, it's a rhombus.
Not this one. There we go.
I got to tell you. Okay, Britt, rhombus, go.
Yeah, what's a rhombus?
It's a circle.
Oh
no! It is a shape.
It's a heavy. It's like a square or a rectangle that somebody set something on top of it, so it fell off to the side.
It's the shape of Tennessee. It's the shape of Tennessee. Tennessee is a rhombus.
We're talking about rhombuses. Rhombus is a fun word.
Why are we talking about kindergarten geometry?
But I'm telling you, as far as the most congruent viewers right now, it's very high because people don't talk about shit like this no more.
Who's talking about rhombuses?
Nobody's. We're talking about tomorrow. We're going to talk about trapezoids,
and then we're going to go Friday.
Amber,
we're going in.
You're on.
All right, what is happening? Are you taking a dump in a sleeping bag? What are you doing?
Have you guys missed me?
Yes. Are you?
Well, yes, we've missed you.
Where are you at? The truck stop in Knoxville? That wasn't a real thing.
What are you
Sorry,
doing?
I had last minute business I had to take care of.
Oh,
she had to poop
in the sleeping bag. I like that. The last minute business. You're trying to sound more like a grifter every day.
She's over there. Yeah, she's over there dropping bombs in a sleeping bag.
What are you doing?
I'm driving.
You're like laying down. Are you on the luge or are you driving a car?
Am I really laying down? I'm straight up on my phone.
You're straight up on your phone, huh?
I am.
That sounds dirty.
Well,
is that what you say on OnlyFans when you show your feet?
I'm straight up on my phone, baby.
If you would actually pay me some money, you would know.
Shit, bitch! When we get money, you'll get some. This thing has been a dire exercise of cash. So Brittany's up in here talking about rhombuses and shit, and I was trying to talk about this cemetery in South Carolina. I'm going to do an investigation there. Yes, I'm going to go reshoot the open. I'm mute Luke here because he's eating. That's a pet peeve of mine. I'm gonna reshoot the open for the hike for our director's cut to make it a little simpler. It's going to be more comedic, and it's actually going to explain a little bit what Spearfinger's about for the squares, and then I'm going to go down there and do a investigation, and then I'm going to come back in the afternoon and watch the New York Jets win the opening game against the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte. I've never been to Charlotte. I have a great story about Charlotte, but I've never been there. Have you ever heard my Charlotte story, Luke?
Was that the one with the spider?
Yes, it's my story, damn it. They stole it from me. Damn it. We should be on a yacht right now doing this podcast, but they stole it. Yeah, Vic Nasty left. He said this because we were talking about rhombuses and trapezoids. He says this show is too smart, and he left. But here's my Charlotte story, and then I'll let everybody else talk. I feel bad that I'm bogarting this.
You say that every time. I'm just saying.
But nobody else is interesting but me.
Oh, okay.
We would know.
Then you be interesting.
No. We would know if we actually get a chance to talk.
All right, then you say something, Amber. You say something.
No, I'm too busy listening to your fantabulous story about
That's
Charles.
what I thought. That's why I have to talk. Anytime somebody wants to come in and tag team, they tag me. Luke jumps in when he wants to, and I shut up and let him talk.
I have a couple of guests.
At 8:30, you know the rule. We have business to talk about. And Brittany's down there looking drunk, and this is how we are. This is a family.
I figured we should take like 10 minutes to decompress and like process on the air what happens during the guests. So
Brittany, I played an open mic tonight with about 6 other guys, other musicians, and four of them asked where you were at.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you made it.
Why didn't you invite me?
I didn't know I was going until like 3 o'clock.
You don't sound like you should. You could have drove to Gatlinburg and made it back.
Why
didn't you invite me?
This is like I've had half a beer. Come on.
Well, I think that would do you. I don't know, but I think that would do you in pretty good. I don't know you that well, but
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine. You got to roll with this, honey. If you're going to play with the big boys, you got to roll with the jokes. So anyway, here's my story about Charlotte. Years ago, I was friends with the kicker from Clemson. Back when Tennessee had a good football team, we played Clemson in the
a
long time ago. We played Clemson in the Peach Bowl, and we should have beat the shit out of them. But they upset us, and they beat us with a last-second field goal. And I'm actually friends with that guy. His name's Jeff. What's weird is he's a place kicker. He's big as a fucking house now. He's just fat as shit. But anyway, that's beside the point. If he stood in front of a barn door, you wouldn't see how to get into the barn. Let's put it that way. But he used to be one of those skinny place kickers.
So he's really tall.
Yeah, he's just heavy, and he's just and a lot of it is just sexy girth. Let's not get gross. So anyway, so he is from that area, that whole Charlotte. Charlotte's located in a weird part of North Carolina. It's like near the bottom. You would think it'd be in the center, like Raleigh or something. But anyway, he's from Charlotte. He's driving around, or he's around that area. So he's driving around. His car breaks down. Oh, shit. And they're in a remote part of town. They're like on the outskirts of town. What do we do? There's no jack. There's no extra tire. We're screwed. What do we do? So they're there looking around. Up slowly in Charlotte, North Carolina, rolls a limousine and slows down. And they're like, oh, man, this must be a celebrity. Who is this? Oh, my goodness, they can help us. And out pops the moonroof is 16-time world heavyweight champion Ric Flair. Blonde mullet, sunglasses.
Woo!
Sticks his head out. Woo! Boys, looks like you got a little car trouble. And they're like, oh, my God, it's Ric Flair. Yes, sir, Ric Flair. Yes, thank you. Yes. Is there anything you can do for us? And then Ric Flair goes, woo! You should have bought a Cadillac. Goes back down into the car, and the car drives away and leaves their ass on the side of the road. And they were like, oh, my God, it's awesome. That sucks. But, oh, my God, that's awesome. But that's why me and Luke are bad guy pro wrestlers. Not that we're evil. It's that we can get away with stuff today. I get out of stuff because I'm a heel pro wrestler. And they're like, oh, okay, then go steal those chicken sandwiches. We don't care. You want
to buy some hubcaps?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited. This weekend's going to be big. So we're going to redo the hike, and then we're going to film Nelly, and that's going to be it. WJHC is going to be done. Then we're going to do the hike. And because we decided to do the WJHC in black and white, and we'll have this mother effer out by Halloween. I can't wait for you guys to see it. There's almost 80 actors in this thing. Luke and I drove out with our new PA, Leslie Judson, and shot Davyard's bridge scene. And how was my performance? You can sit there and
that was really good. It was really good. That was probably the best acting I've ever seen you do, except for when you were on Murder for Hire, and you were like,
that was terrible acting. I was on this show, I can't even remember, Murder Comes Home, and I'm supposed to be this nefarious guy, and for some reason I thought I'd do this, and it looked cool. I was sitting there as the cop. It looked so stupid.
Well, that's what murderers do, baby.
Yeah, murderers all the time. Oh, the cops are here. How am I going to get out of this one? I'll hit the trap door button when the cat cop stands over there. It was terrible. But yeah, that was hard. That was hard. It's hard to direct and also get to that place. That's why I needed you there, Luke, because I needed somebody to hold the camera as I got to a place where I didn't look. And that's the opening of the movie. That's an important thing. Hey, Sassafras is here.
Hey, Sassafras.
And a guy named Leonard Freeney. Now, you guys, Sassafras, you want to hear another good story. She was my
Great story.
Well,
I know where you're going.
There's a million great. You may not. There's a million great Sassafras story. The day that I met her is a fucking great story. But so anyway, I'll tell you this story. This is great. She's a burlesque dancer, blonde, hot. Now she's a stand-up comic and a burlesque dancer. and she should be in some of our future movies, and I don't know why we haven't casted her. I can't see that. I'm old. I'm 46 years old. So anyway, why is Brittany's face so close to the camera in the
She's
thing?
on her phone.
I'm for it. I'm for it.
Well,
Brittany,
she's
put your face
pretty.
in the camera.
But it's
Rude.
like, put your butt in the camera.
Amber, back up a little bit.
Shut up.
Oh,
You just can't handle this hotness, is what it is.
hurtful. We're supposed to be friends here. We're not supposed to be like treating. We're not supposed to treat each other like Tracy treats us. So, I don't know.
On that note,
Yeah. So
people- yeah.
here's a story. Here's a story about Sassafras. If she's still here.
Oh my freaking
We don't
God.
have time for your story, Vinny.
Yes, this
Tracy
is
has something
great.
to say.
All right, we'll do it. We got 15 minutes. So I was supposed to go over Sputnik Monroe tonight too. This is one of the greatest stories in pro wrestling, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Sorry about. If anybody tuned in to hear about my story about Sputnik Monroe, you can hear it next week. We don't have nothing to talk about. So
Nobody tuned in for that.
everybody, there's a line out the GD
I
door
didn't.
wanting to hear Sputnik Monroe stories. So anyway, Sassafras is a burlesque dancer. She was also my valet. And there was a time I went down to Maryville, and if you know Maryville, it's near the Knoxville airport. And we were doing a gimmick where I would challenge the crowd to try to defeat me in different competitions to take my belt at the time, the East Tennessee YouTube television title. They wouldn't wrestle me because I couldn't be beaten for it, of course. But people like basketball, if you can dribble past me, that type of thing. Well, that night we had a hula hoop competition. Sassafras is extremely sexy with a hula hoop. She can do the back. She can do the thing where she goes on her back and it's spinning all over her freaking body and do the hands and all this stuff. She looks freaking great. In fact, the first time I ever seen her perform, she was doing that with like a fire hula hoop. She's an expert. Well, because we're pro wrestlers and we're evil, there was a shill, and that was my niece. My niece at the time was about 10, 11, 12. I can't remember. And she was going to hula hoop. So we were going to do this hula hoop competition. We pulled my niece out of the crowd like she was a stranger. Oh, boy, I get to win a championship belt. She gets in the ring. My niece can hula hoop. She's hula hooping her little heart out. And Sassafras, they have their back turned. Sassafras not even really hula hooping. She's just spinning her hips and holding on to the hula hoop. And so it's going on, and I've got the microphone. Oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh. I finally hit the hula hoop out of my niece's, the circumference going around her hip. The hula hoop drops. I say, oh, you screwed up. She turns around. Sassafras starts hula hooping. Crowd boos. You're a piece of crap. You got this kid's hopes up, whatever. It was great. So we go, and I can't stay for the main event because I'm Sassafras's ride, and I got to take her to this crappy ass airport. If you're familiar with Alcoa, there's a hotel, not an airport, a hotel. There's a hotel near the Motor Mile, near the end, going back towards Knoxville, and it is a shady ass hotel. They are having a deviant festival in the hotel, like a ball, like all these people who are into all this sexual weird stuff, S&M, throw tomatoes on me. They do the thing with Amber where they, the feet thing, that Amber does, making the little pocket P word. I'm not going to get into that here because she's a Christian. So anyway, all the weird stuff people do. So we're driving my niece and nephew, who at the time, they're assholes now, but at the time, they were wonderful, sweet children with the wide, clean faces. They look like Amber's kids. Like, I just love Jesus. That's what they were back then. And so they were like, what are we taking Sassafras to? And I'm like, she's going to go to a party with her friends. And we're not getting anywhere near the door. Because as I was pulling in the parking lot, you could see there were people like Marilyn Manson with nipple rings and freaking, 8-pound butt plugs walking in, all sorts of crazy shit. People going in with livestock. Who knows how that was legal in Tennessee 10 years ago, but it was. So anyway, and they were like, well, what are you going to do? Because Sassafras mentioned something about she was going to perform at this thing. And they were like, she was like, I'm going to do a performance where I'm Little Bo Peep, and then I'm going to turn into a sheep, which means she had the bow staff, the big frilly, the milkmaid hat, the big frilly Southern debutante dress. She was going to strip out of that and have some sort of sheep lingerie, pasties, underwear. I don't know, like a sheep thong. And so I knew it was going to be bad, but she's like, yeah, I'm going to be Bo Peep, and by the end of my song, I'm going to turn into a sheep. And my niece was like, oh, I want to see that. And I was like, get the hell out of the van. I was like, so she had no idea that it was this weird sexual burlesque thing, which is probably by all extensive purposes of what was happening that night, probably pretty tame, but I couldn't, man, you talk about COVID, there's no telling what kind of viruses was flying around that building that night.
Yeah, that's how you catch stuff you can't wash off.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in this week. We'll see you guys next week.
No.
Oh, you don't like that story? Tell me a story about the Dollar
Why
General.
don't we talk about like future things?
That's what I was doing.
Future projects.
That's what I was doing.
Well, because future projects are boring.
All right, you guys talk.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
Brandon Bishop, somebody XXOXIA. That sounds like somebody that's got an OnlyFans is talking.
I have a guest who insisted that she come on the show.
All right, we have mystery guests tonight.
Oh, she's gonna come. She's gonna come on the show.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to put that on YouTube?
Every time Luke says that, I laugh. One of these days, I'm not going to, but it always gets me. He gets me. He gets me every time. I didn't even tell you about me and Brittany are going to go down and be freaking actors and actresses for the Civil War Theater. But anyway, we'll talk about this.
Oh, really?
Probably not.
Did you get the gig?
Somebody's reached out to me and they need an actress too. And I thought me and Brittany doing a 2.5-hour play or a 2-hour play about the Civil War sounded fun on Monday. I don't know if it sounds fun.
I don't know if she's allowed to after having that much cat asshole in her ear.
They can't see. They can't see. You don't lead. You don't lead when you get interviewed. You don't lead with that.
Yeah, you don't go straight up cat asshole in ear.
Don't bring the cat asshole to the interview. But anyway, all right, Tracy, what you got? You got mystery guests for us tonight. Brandon Bishop's here.
We had one of them drop out due to technical difficulties. We had another one drop out due to a panic attack.
So let me get this straight. You've already let us down again with these guests.
Stop.
Twice.
No, stop.
All right.
I promise, this is going to be awesome.
I told our fans.
Okay. You stop.
Three mystery guests. And you've come up with one.
I have just welcome Megan to the show.
Hey.
All right, you got a cute chick that I would hit on 10 years ago. So what's the point?
Okay, Megan.
I heard that you guys are having an audition, so I was wanting to audition for you all.
All right, Luke, you're in charge.
No, wait. No, she's seriously like got stuff planned, prepared.
Are you ready? I mean, I have I have it. It's pretty good.
What for audition for what, Megan?
I was told there was a film, and I was like so excited.
There's
I have
like
my family
a lot of
watching,
films.
or they're supposed to be watching. I don't know if they are or not.
We're planning several films. She
All right.
wanted to audition.
Is
Luke,
there not an audition?
Oh, Luke, is there an audition? You're the next.
Don't put this on me, man. I'm looking for lesbian. I'm looking for lesbian demons.
Fornicators, yes.
Well, we've got that film, and we've also got other films in the works. And
Okay, so Tracy, what role is she auditioning for?
Anything. You know how you guys cast. I know how you guys cast.
Is she on a couch? Just questioning.
No, not this time. No casting couch this time.
Okay, just.
How do you know this person? How do you know this person?
No, how do you know Tracy?
That's good. That'll be the interview.
Oh, well, I met Tracy in the Knoxville community, theater community.
What does that? Well, Tracy don't do theater. She does movies with us. What are you talking about? What theater did you see Tracy at?
No, I met her during like a theater like meeting thing when we were doing like a downtown Knoxville thing. Just for like this 90s like bar
The
crawl
ni-
that we went to.
You met her in the 90s? How old were you? 9?
Yeah, pretty much.
Tracy.
What were you doing down there at the bar crawl at 9? Who are your parents?
I know.
Let me call the police.
They were right there with me, so we're good.
Okay, well, we got to interview you first. We got to ask you some questions.
It's an audition. She has.
It's Christina.
hair.
No, honey.
No.
This is a Big and Funky show.
This is. I'm big. That's funky. So let me ask you something. What is by far the biggest sandwich you've ever eaten?
Biggest sandwich?
Yes.
I don't know. I think I got one from. I have no idea.
What are you inferring, Luke? You think she's a porker?
Am I a worker?
No. But I'm interested. I'm interested in sandwiches. I want to know if on that. Okay.
All right,
I like Italian.
No.
Okay. Think of your favorite sandwich ever. Did it have lettuce on it?
I was going
It
to say,
did.
Why? Why?
she's fired.
Would it not be a better sandwich without lettuce? Lettuce needs to die.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you put some spinach on there? Maybe.
Maybe a little spinach, I guess.
Oh, somebody in the chat, actually, excuse me, Megan, you're doing so good. I'm sure you're going to be hired. Somebody in the chat said that she met Tracy because Tracy was crocheting theater props for the Knoxville theater. That's a funny comment if you know Tracy. Tracy this week, by the way, put a picture up on Facebook where there was like 9 things in the picture that were crocheted. You've got to get. Well, you know what? You don't have to get a new hobby. That's a good hobby. But it was funny. It was like there's a skeleton. He has knitted socks. There was a knitted rug. He had a knitted crotch thing.
That person. Do you know that she knitted me a tit hat?
He's known me since.
That's incredible.
So
I love that.
yeah.
Incredible.
And
She has crocheted underwear. There's a crochet. Don't show that to Megan. And Brittany's not old enough to see what a
Megan's
penis looks
seen
like.
that.
Amber, what are you
showed her
doing? Are you on
yesterday.
is Amber on an episode of Cops? What's going on? You getting chased to the house? Good grief. That's the worst filmography than one of our movies. All right. Megan, what are you doing, honey? Go ahead and do it for us.
Okay, so I found this thing for Joan Crawford. So I'm going to try it. Let's try it.
She found a thing for John Crawford. Who's John Crawford? Joan Crawford?
Is that her name? Joan Crawford?
Oh man, this is not going well.
Okay.
That's like. Let me tell you something, Megan. If we were on a date, I'd probably go, "Hey, I got to take a dump," and then you'd never see me again, and then you'd have to pay for my sandwich without lettuce.
Aw, I'm a fun date.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
All right, here we go. No wire hangers? What's wired hangers doing in this closet when I told you no wire hangers ever? I'm half dead and the people around here, they're calling me old. I can't do it. That's it.
No, hold on.
I love you.
Now, if you're gonna get Mommy Dearest down right, you've got to get a no wire hanger. Okay, I'm for that.
So, what's our shittiest movie, Luke, coming up?
WJHC.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That may be the worst, though. All right, I'll tell you what. We'll have my people call you people.
Awesome.
Great, Megan. I appreciate that. That was hard to tell.
I was not expecting some Mommy Dearest though. That is
I will say that I didn't think if you wanted it, I'm from Baltimore. You should have done a John Waters thing. That would have got me.
And can you really quick go get a wire hanger and beat the shit out of Amber with it?
No, that Amber. I like Amber the most.
She's the one next to you.
Go
Oh,
after
no, she's lovely. No.
Go after Tracy.
It's not, wire hangers can't hurt me from this distance.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
I'm
Megan.
brave.
I do appreciate you contributing to the show, and that was probably the best acting. That was better than anything I've ever done. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, and I won an award from Russia. So you've got a lot of.
Awesome.
So Tracy, what else do we do with this person?
We can ask her questions if we would like. I have a selection of questions prepared.
Why would we do this?
No, your questions are awful. Let me look at my questions.
What kind of party would you throw if you had an unlimited budget? Is that an awful question?
What kind of question is that? What the fuck are you talking about?
What kind of party?
You had an unlimited budget. Imagine what kind of party you would throw.
You don't look
orgy. Duh, you don't need any money for an orgy.
Have you ever been to an orgy? They're horrible.
They're gross. They're hilarious.
Dude,
there's a lot of weird sound. There's a lot of this sound.
I was in an orgy once, and this guy, I was sitting on the patio, and this guy and girl come out of the room, and he's nailing her from behind. And this guy looks over at me. He's smoking a cigarette. He's railing this woman from behind. He looks over at me. He goes, "You want some of this, cuz?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Why not, cuz?" And I just looked at him and went, "Cuz?" That was a horrible night. So let's talk about this, Megan.
Yes.
If you had a lot of money, what kind of party would you throw? That's the worst damn question I ever heard.
I like that question.
Tracy, you're not a party person. When's the last time you went to a party?
Nobody ever invites me. And like COVID happened, and like I did crash my high school reunion, the 20-year high school reunion. Oh. I totally didn't pay for the ticket, and I went, and I was an absolute asshole the whole time. It was hysterically funny.
How was it hysterically
I got drunk and drunk-ish, just drunk enough to like make faces at people, and then people. Brit? No, because Brit's like a baby. She was born when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay, I just didn't know if you were chilling out, picking up her habits or not.
No.
All right, Megan, how much can you bench press?
Not a lot.
All right, one last. Hey, do you like Dr. Pepper?
I like.
All right.
Get me a Dr. Pepper, bitch.
Hey, that's an inside joke with me and Luke. That's for Luke.
Get me a Dr. Pepper, bitch.
Well, Luke, I gotta say,
I thought it was gonna be fun.
I don't know if that Megan person. Look, let me tell you what we did last week. This is what we shouldn't have guests because this is and tell Megan I'm sorry, we're assholes. But last week Luke made a joke about S&M sex and got unfriended by friends of his because they couldn't take a joke. This is where we're going as a society. Last week, now this is crazy.
All of my lettuce enthusiasts have
You're very offensive.
Have blocked me
to the very soft people.
I just feel really sorry for your intestines.
Okay, well, you should feel bad for anybody's intestines. You know what goes on in the intestines? What did you do?
I spilled a beer.
You better go pick that up, you lush. All right, we'll take you off the air so you can bend over and clean it up. So anyway,
get a straw.
Yeah. So this week, this is crazy. It's kind of embarrassing. I made a joke. Now, you know, I make fun of Amber's tattoos and other people, and her husband wears cowboy hats. And it's just these things I do. I don't mean anything by them, and I don't really even mean them. They're just observations I have. So, but there's a trend. What do you call that, Tracy, when you put the girls put the hoop in their nose? What's that called?
Septum piercing.
A septum piercing. Septum piercings, to me, are not attractive. They look like women have boogers coming out of the nose, but moreover, they look like those oxen hooks that I saw watching Sesame Street when I was a kid, where they would get a hook, jam it into the septum piercing of the oxen, and lead the cattle around with a giant hook. Now, I made a joke about that online, and I took a picture of a cow that I got off Google, and I took a picture from somebody who I don't know. Here's what's crazy.
Turns out you knew that person.
The person I don't know saw that picture. Now she's a very attractive female. with this GD septum piercing. Looks like she's got silver snot coming out of her nose. And she's like, I really appreciate the fact that you are using me and comparing me to cattle. Now, if you guys know me, I know I'm abrasive and stuff. I really have a soft spot towards women. And I really love women, even though I get out here and say all these sexist jokes and stuff. And it hurt my feelings about myself that I know women, no matter how beautiful they are, they all have terrible self-esteem. I don't care who they are, how much money they make, who they're married to, what kind of job they have, what kind of beautiful family. 90-something% of all women have really bad self-esteem they wrestle with. Somebody screwed them up in the past. Somebody said one time, you're wearing a little too much makeup, and they never heard that. They heard that they were called fat once by some bitch, and that was it. They're fucked up. They never remember all the people going, oh, my God, you're gorgeous. They hear all these bad voices. I know a lot of women struggle with that. So I was like, I said I was sorry to this person, and she accepted my apology. And then, but it was all a joke. I thought she was a model. But she was apparently somebody who was like a friend of a friend of a friend on Facebook. And she was just a regular person. She was actually from Knoxville and just a regular person. And I looked at some of the pictures. I can say this now because I blocked her because I felt I was so embarrassed. But that was a really good picture of her. Let's put it that way. So she probably has had people say some bad things to her in their life. So.
And Tracy, tell your friend that we will have in future movies roles for females available,
but not for her.
No, because nobody here will go nude, so we need.
See, I had a whole list of questions. If y'all had let me do anything, I had a list of questions. The questions are:
I heard.
What are your pronouns? How long have you been following Big and Funky on socials? What is your favorite line from the hike? Will you do nudity? It's written right there, Luke.
But you started. But you started with, if you had no money, what kind of party would you throw?
Yeah, because I picked up the fucking cards instead of the fucking notepad. If I was on a first date with you and you led that question with me, not only I wouldn't go to the bathroom and ghost you, I would take your plate of food and I'd throw it at you. What kind of effing question is that? That's a fun question, dude. You know what kind of party I would throw if I had unlimited budget for a party? I would build a super cool house, super modern, and has tons of open space for the party, and then we'd have a fancy dress party, and then I'd live in the fucking house because I had an unlimited budget.
So
boom. Free house.
You would build a house for the party, and then you said you'd have a fancy dress party.
And then I'd have a fancy like ball gowns from the Victorian era.
Who would show up to this?
Masks with feathers and shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You have two friends and Megan that will now love.
Everybody on my friends list, 80% of them would be all like, "Oh, yes."
Just like that.
I don't. This is one of those scenarios that makes no sense. You can sit there and say all that bullshit. Nobody would come to that. It's like saying, "Oh, if I had enough money, I'd go to Pluto or something." It's just something that's never going to happen. Nobody go to that shit. A fancy dress party in a house you just made. There'd be fucking construction and drop towels and
roofers. There'd be roofers everywhere.
There'd be roofers going, "Hey, baby."
Done before you have the party. That's basic party planning.
You know how these? Have you ever seen somebody build a house? It takes them 3 times as long.
Well, that's good planning. Then you get the really good deals on the liquor.
Somebody'd fall down where the steps were supposed to be, and you'd have a lawsuit on your hands.
That's why you don't have people there until it's done.
Well, it's too late. You sent out the invitations. So what are you going to do? Your friend Megan just fell off the damn balcony. There were supposed to be steps. She's cracked her head open in her fancy purple dress. What are you going to do now, Tracy?
Not have that situation occur because I waited until the house was finished before I had the party. And I hired 4 photographers to show off all of my friends looking amazingly fantastic. And I provided all the costumes because I had all the money in the world. Somebody please give me Powerball. because it will be fun.
Now, when me and Luke talked about letting girls onto our podcast, we knew this was a problem that could happen.
Oh my gosh!
And here we are.
Oh, one time at Dollar
It's a
General.
problem. Yeah.
What's the problem?
There's
Exactly.
no problem. Brittany,
Thank you.
there's no problem. Do you know, people who are listening now is like, do you know that I had to send people, I ragged Tracy so hard, I had to send Tracy's mom flowers after one of the podcasts a couple weeks ago. I'm serious.
That
Just-
was mostly because she was pissed at you about Sam Hewen than about me.
Oh, Sam
Oh, yeah.
Huggins.
She was so mad.
Oh, Sammy Huggins. Old Sammy Huggins.
Don't
Now,
you
what's
dare
wrong?
Hewen upon the honor of the Scots.
What's
You know-
wrong with
Don't
you
you dare.
people that she didn't care that I lambasted you for an hour? She cared that this weird
No,
softcore
she cared about
porn
me
actress.
too, but she was more angry about you making fun of Sam. She was like really upset. She was like, what is his address? I'm gonna go and find him, and we're gonna have a talk. And I am a grandmother, and he needs to respect that.
Man, I wish she used to come. I wish she
hysterical.
used to come to the wrestling matches. She would have been a lot.
Dude,
of fun.
all you got to do to be a grandmother is have a kid that has a kid. It's not like a difficult. You have to have sex. You have to have sex once, and then your kid has to have sex once. That's all it takes to be a grandmother. There's no. What up there, baby?
Oh,
That's-
Amber, you got a makeover, Amber. You look
Other
great.
Sam.
Oh, it's
That's
Sam.
that's Sammy Huggins. Hey, we got Sammy Huggins on.
Dude, Sam, do you have a kilt?
Yeah.
Can you talk in a fake
course
Scottish
I'm looking
accent?
good.
Can you be fake Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah! I will contact you.
Yes, I
All
do.
you have to do, Sam, to be Sam Hewins is go down on the
I-
casting director of the next
can do
show
that.
that's going to be on High Cable. That's all you-
No.
That's all you have to do. Just go
That's
give that
not-
dude a blowjob
No.
and you're cast in Outlander 2 or whatever.
Vincent Vineyard,
This is how this works.
you better watch out.
You know, just to do a little inside baseball, me and Vinny had a pretty like a really popular podcast before called God Makes Beautiful Things.
Is that still on?
And no, for some reason we lost interest while we had 30,000 listeners.
I lost interest. He didn't.
But it started off, we'd get 200-300 listeners a week. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, me and Vinny started bitching at each other all the time,
Mhm.
arguing, giving each other shit, and numbers just went
Through the roof. That's why we do it. That's why we're so aggressive. Because if we sat around and said, "Oh, Megan, do you like that movie, Mommy Dearest? Do you like big parties with unlimited budgets?" Well, I would kick my own ass, first of all. But secondly, nobody to watch that shit. Nobody's watching this shit. But at least this is fun. I
Look
get
at
to
the
yell at you
comments
guys.
section.
Well, I mean, it's not like Luke and I legitimate. He trumps up numbers. We did have one episode that hit 26,000. It was, but we had over 10,000 a show. Who's Jonathan Pierce, by the way? He's defending you.
Somebody from high school.
Oh, he's one of these.
One of my friends from high school.
Were you an asshole to him when you went to the
No,
high school?
no, we were cool.
is he a school shooter or
No.
Trench coat guy?
oh
Wear a
Jesus
trench
fuck.
coat sometimes.
All right. Yeah, Sam. Go back to bed, Sam. He's wearing, oh, he's
How
wearing
much can you bench press, Fake Sam?
Oh, look at that. He's wearing a kilt for you. Hey. I would show somebody in my house, but nobody likes me enough. All
Yeah,
right.
nobody likes me either. So.
All right. That's enough of that.
Hi, Mikey.
Hey guys.
It's the star of the next movie, WJHC AM. Oh, no.
Right.
They,
Wait.
What?
Camp Smoky.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it right.
I'm gonna.
We're just
I'm
gonna
gonna-
interweave Mikey all through WJHCAM. He's gonna give like a ruminative like flashback. I remember when I was in that thing, in that radio station, and all these people were stupid. Yep.
He could be
All right,
young Vinny.
He could be.
Yeah.
He could be.
Yeah, they're about the same height. Vinny's about 6'4".
We'd have to do that thing they do like the reverse Tom Cruise. Got to make him look shorter.
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy. So what did Megan say after we cut her off there? Is she all right? Do I owe her flowers now?
I said, thank you, honey. And she said, you are welcome. I told her, I'm sorry they're so abrasive. She says, I think I planned wrong. So sorry. I said, nah, they just didn't get the joke.
Oh.
Bless it.
It's
Vinny,
okay.
why do you have to be a dick?
You know, she's actually been in a feature film.
Oh, well, whoopty fucking. I'm sorry. Yes, that's
No,
great.
like
That's great.
she's
Woo!
really awesome.
I've been in about 4 feature films. What do you want to do?
She didn't direct it too.
Yeah,
Like, she was the
is that a
main
No, I
star
mean
and
I'm talking
stuff.
about like major budget Hollywood movies. So
Okay.
But wait,
I'm
no,
just
Luke,
saying-
it's okay. But
It's
but
not a pissing contest.
what
Your dick
joke-
doesn't have to be bigger.
Tracy,
But it was supposed to be like a funny audition because I don't really remember how auditions are supposed to go, and I thought it would be hilarious if the guest comes on and insists that it's an audition, and you guys are like, "Wait, ma'am, this is not an audition," and they're like, "Oh no, I heard that this is an audition. You are gonna listen to me. I have never talked to anybody so famous
right.
and so got so much power, and I'm gonna audition, and you're gonna love me, and you're
All
gonna
right.
give me a part." And it would be
wow,
funny.
you are in a mood tonight. Are you all
It would
right?
be funny.
I'm gonna
No,
go back to
I
eating pizza.
I came back at the right time.
Ew.
It
This
would
is-
have been funny.
Hey, you came on his back. So anyway, what is that? What you? So I swear, I need to get.
There's a giggle snort.
Here's what we need to do to make Tracy happy, but also to make something good. Is we need to get a top 10 list of Tracy's skit ideas that are terrible, and make a skit.
My ideas are not terrible.
Listen, listen. We have to do the one about the lava and the pig mama.
She hated. She got mad at me for that.
That one was terrible, and that would require entirely too much like special effects and shit.
Well, I mean, some of your skit ideas are. I like the one kind of where there's like a bunch of Travises talking to Travises.
That was the Travis fan club. They're all Travis.
Yeah, I do like that just for the fact that I love Travis on camera.
Or
Travis-
everybody's El Gordo Gringo at a El Gordo Gringo convention. I'm for it.
Or Travis gets third place in a Travis lookalike contest. I would
Yeah.
be for that skit. But
Brittany wins it. Brittany wins it.
you have to shave a little bit of receding hairline into your.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get your hair back to about here.
You guys all look
Okay.
great tonight. Even Luke. All of you. I have beautiful friends, and
Look at
we're all
this-
white.
Look at this beard.
Most of the time, black people you see in entertainment, most of the beautiful people are black, but these are all beautiful white people.
Thank you,
Silence.
Vinny.
I don't even know what to say to that.
People don't know.
Silence.
You bring in
and you think
race and
I'm
shit.
weird? What?
You are weird. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
You are
If
weird
you have,
too.
you lead off with a question for a guest. If you had unlimited budget, what kind of fancy party would you throw on my show? Are you kidding me?
Well, what kind of party would you throw?
I don't like parties. I don't like people. I make movies.
Then you
to
throw
attract
a very
people.
small, intimate party and
I
throw
don't
it
need to.
fancy because you can, and you
I
got a
don't-
lot of things.
I don't
Or you
like
build a
people enough
house
to
and
throw a
throw
party.
for you and the Funkettes, and then there's your house. Hey, look, I threw a party.
So then you've turned it into this weird situation. The like
It's a
the
workaround.
genie, like the genie lamp thing. Like, oh, the third one, I'd be like, give me 15 more wishes. Ha 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 ha. You've come up with this
Now the-
Machiavellian. You've created a dumb question. You came up with this draconian Machiavellian switch on your own question.
It's
Oh, gosh.
You keep using that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yes, draconian. You're coming up with this ultimate evil
like a-
comeuppance. Like, ha ha ha! Whoever gave me this shit ton of money to throw this fancy party, I'm gonna say, build me a house. Ha! And then I got a
Yeah.
free house.
Yeah.
Who is this person? Is it
I don't
Mr.
know.
Beast? Is it Mr. Beast? Is it Mark Zuckerberg? Who's giving you all this money to
Shoot,
throw a
if somebody
fancy?
wants to give me all that. I don't know.
Nobody does. That's why. the
It'd be
question is
awesome.
stupid.
But it would be awesome. What
It would be awesome.
The
It would
thing
be
is,
awesome if a line of strippers were coming into the house, performing fellatio on me and then handing me a plate of sushi for free.
That would not be awesome. You would be all super weirded out. You'd be like, ladies, please don't come. No, don't debase. Don't you leave, please.
Yeah,
no.
You're actually this is right. I would not like that because I'm happily married but I would take the sushi, depending on how old it was.
Is it gas station sushi?
All on a bed of lettuce. Hey,
you ever have sushi from Weigel's, man?
I don't know. They're building a Weigel's right down the street, but it's taken them like 3 years to make it. There's like 2 guys out there every day with their hands on their hips. It's the crazy.
Yeah, them gas stations are complicated.
Well, there's only 2 guys working on it. I've been looking forward to Weigel's cheap milk for a year, and we keep driving. There's a guy out there. It looks like me when I'm thinking about doing something to my house. I'm just out there touching something. I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, I wish somebody would come here and fix this. That's what I would do. That's what it looks like the guy's doing at the Weigel's every day. Or he's got his hands on his hips like, shit. Look at that. That needs to be done. I don't know how much that guy's getting paid. Luke, are you all right, buddy?
A lot.
Luke, are you thinking about your fancy parties?
I'm trying to think of if I had unlimited money, what kind of party I would throw.
See, Luke doesn't like people.
You can invite people. You can pay people to come to your party.
This is why we're all friends. This is why we're all together. Luke doesn't like people. I don't like people. Amber doesn't like people. And that's because, and then we all get together and we're like, God, those squares are terrible. When we suck too. But at least we can pretend we're each other's like little outsider group that's like, let's just make terrible fucking comedy horror movies and have fun doing it.
I like people. I just don't like groups of people.
Right.
Yep, same.
So my ultimate party would be like everybody leave.
One person at a time.
Yeah, his fucking jerk off moment, his pop would be getting a bunch of people in a room and then watching them all leave. Watching them all leave. And then Luke would be like, this is the greatest party. And then I have all the tacos and gyros with no lettuce.
Oh, no lettuce.
That's what Luke would like.
Yes, I would throw a lettuce-free party.
I'm making some banana bread tomorrow.
Nobody cares.
Say that deeper.
He cares.
He cares.
Hey, Luke. I'm making banana bread tomorrow.
Luke is supposed to be, he's dieting and bulking. He's getting swaffed and buffed
they're
and
organic.
Stuff. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
No, I'm going dad bod.
You're going dad bod?
Yeah. I'm gonna write into the movie that I found an entire truck of remember those pudding pies? Hostess pudding pies? I found a whole truckload of those, and that's all I've been eating for 30 years.
That's a pretty good thing. You
would have died of starvation.
Luke has given up. See, this is what's funny. I'm doing Wrestling with Ghost editing on the Intrigue channel, 9 terrestrial radio television stations throughout the East Coast. And so I'm looking at Luke from 2020 and 2019. Fucking sexy. All right. This guy looks good. He's got he's sit there, 2 fucking fat bitches sit there on Facebook and said, hey, you look good fat. He's like, screw it all. I'm not doing the carnivore diet anymore. I'm not eating beef broth and elk hearts and drinking coffee with butter. I'm not doing that.
Blood in it.
Fat. These two women on Facebook said, hey, I like your fat ass. And he's like, hallelujah.
I legitimately died from sepsis and threw my whole homeostasis off. And then you know this as well as I do, that the worst part of the carnivore, I want to go back on it so bad, sugar withdrawals. Sugar withdrawals are the worst thing that it's got to be like cutting heroin.
Okay, so you're blaming the carnivore diet for your sepsis?
No, it fucked up my homeostasis, my blood sugar and everything. So all I wanted to do after that was ingest vast amounts of sugar. And then I was like, shit, I got to get back on the carnivore diet, but I'm going to go through sugar withdrawals again. I don't want to go through sugar withdrawals again.
So he's writing a big caveat in the new movie where a giant blimp, a Goodyear blimp full of Hostess cream pies crashes into the woods.
Dude, don't you
Nobody
remember?
goes and finds it.
Don't you
He
guys
successfully
remember?
defends it.
Don't you remember Hostess pudding pies? Those things were the best things in the world, man.
They don't last for 30 years. You're gonna have to come up with it. But
Do I look like the
Yes,
kind of
they
guy that
do.
cares if something's spoiled?
Have you seen Zombieland with the Twinkies?
Yes.
yes.
That shit lasts forever.
Yeah, but
Never
pudding pies
expires.
came in like a wax paper. It wasn't like a plastic sealed thing.
Well,
Okay.
they still probably last forever.
Well,
They
maybe
probably
they have a lot of preserve. Somebody, some human being in the chat says they did heroin, totally nothing like sugar. Haha. So I'm glad you got off heroin. But Luke says things that aren't true. Just keep that in mind. He knows better.
Dude, my dick is so big.
His son.
Throw over here.
His son's like, yeah, I came from it. I know.
That's why I came into.
Shut up, Mikey.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
What
Dad,
happened to
my
Amber?
dick is so
We
big.
lost Amber.
Oh, her husband got mad about dick comments.
Normally, when we make dick comments, it's about him. Oh, there she is. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Brittany's
Thinking
Brittany's about through her beer. All right, we're going to take a quick turn here. You posted a meme today that I didn't understand about the independent fundamental Baptist. What's the thing about the commandments 2 and 4?
Oh, I can't remember. I gotta look it back up.
You
now.
posted the meme.
Jesus Christ.
You just throw memes left and right. You don't care, Willie. I'm never going to look at another one of your memes again if you don't care. I
Be
thought you cared.
prepared, lady.
Yes. I
For
thought you
any
cared.
question that you might be asked, any
You-
question at all.
Yes, like fancy
on.
parties and unlimited budgets. Be
Did you
on the
keep
lookout
face-
for that one.
Jeopardy only with Dollar General and dildos.
Do you keep Facebook in your bathroom? Where are you going?
No, I'm looking for a Bible.
Oh, what is the meme? I don't get the meme. So you don't even know you don't even know what you're doing with these memes.
No,
You're just
yes, I
throwing
do.
memes out because you want to be
No.
popular and you want people.
No, man.
listen.
The second commandment was the dude that was forced to eat all the food and then died. And then the fourth one was when Brad
Hold on.
Pitt's wife's head got cut off and put in a box.
Let's
Brittany.
see.
No,
No.
you got him. No. The fat guy was number one. Yeah, I don't know where the
Tracy,
Bible is. You don't
Tracy,
know where
next
the Bible is?
Tracy, next week I need you to have somebody audition, and
Oh
their
my
audition
gosh.
scene is "What's in the box? What's in the box?" Okay, from 7.
Okay.
Bring Megan back every week.
I can.
Yes, bring
Now,
yes.
this
I want
is-
Megan to audition again next week. Have Megan audition again next week
This
for
is
us.
how you build a podcast. Have Megan audition every week for 5 minutes with some ridiculous thing, and I can sit there and cut her off and make fun of her, and some people will think that's fun.
I
She
have
wa-
other people who would like to audition.
I don't
No, we
know.
want Megan.
I have
They
many
they
people
blew it.
who would like to audition.
No.
blew it. Megan's in.
Megan's great because she looked so frightened. You know, I don't watch these podcasts, because I've already lived it, but I am going to watch her facial expressions with the sound off during her interview, because that was entertaining to me. So this one was one for me. All right, Reverend Amber,
Yes.
have you located a Bible? You IBF, you IFB,
Yeah. So
backslider.
the second commandment is not to have any graven image or idol. And IFB tends to lean towards idolizing flags, men, presidents.
Okay, so what was the
Luke
first? What
Walker.
was the first panel? I couldn't remember of your meme.
It was choosing between the two. It's like
What
either
was-
KJV or choosing between the second and the fourth commandment.
It wasn't KJV. It was something else.
So it's choosing between the two.
It wasn't KJV.
No, it was like honky tonk
Honky tonk.
images of Jesus or some shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Images of Christ.
I did see that one.
I didn't. Honky tonk images of Christ. What does that mean?
Honky tonk music, which is Southern gospel.
Okay.
I
wasn't
allowed to listen to that growing up because it was too twangy.
What's an example?
Twangs are from the devil.
Like the Gaithers.
Apparently.
So
Brittany,
the
can you
Gaithers,
twang?
the
Can you twang?
Gaithers. Hold on, I need
Yes.
the Gaithers are bad.
Yes. So is Billy Graham.
Okay, and so what was the fourth commandment?
Oh, I love his crackers.
The fourth
His
commandment
crackers?
was remembering the
Graham
Sabbath and
crackers,
keeping it holy.
especially with cream cheese.
So what is that? So it's because the Sabbath's actually Saturday, right?
Yes.
Was a little
Or if you
late,
want to
I
count it
guess.
as a Sunday, people play football on Sundays.
Okay. So that was way too religious for me to get. I got that.
Yeah, why do you always got to bring up feet?
Yeah, Amber.
Tentacles.
He likes
So
it.
weird.
He loves my feet.
I like these women who are kind of slutty, but they have their mothers, and they're like, I want an OnlyFans to just show my feet. That's no different. Now, you're still showing a body part to strangers.
Dude,
It doesn't-
I don't care who. If people would pay to see my feet,
Sure. But here's the thing.
just send me the money.
Yeah,
Here's
if
what
somebody
you can-
gonna pay to see my feet, I will take
Here's
really
what-
pretty pictures.
Here's
I
what you
don't
can
care.
do. Do the whole fucking slut thing. Get paid for it. Wear a wrestling mask or something. They don't have to see your face. Just do the whole bit. If you're going feet, you might as well do the whole shebang. It's the same thing.
It's to the woman how much she's comfortable showing, or whoever's modeling. I don't discriminate.
Well, feet is all about anonymity. That's all it is. That's not my feet. Well, I know your foot. You got like a weird toe that goes that way. Oh my God, he knows.
This
He's got
is
a lot
my
of
cat.
pictures
This
of my
is
feet.
this is my cat. His name is Feet.
Is it?
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Well, because there's
Amazing.
there's a million socks. There's a million mittens.
Oh.
There's only one feet.
We had a good response. Tell Megan that I'll see her next Saturday, and she knows what I'm talking about. But apologize for how we treated her. And Brittany, thank you for bringing your cat. And Amber, thank you for bringing
So
your
much
cat.
pussy on this
Fuck
show. I
out.
swear.
Ah,
Tracy, finally,
Ew.
she's getting.
It's a lot of pussy on the show.
No, hey,
There's
Tracy,
your show
Tracy.
after cat. And
You cannot say that on YouTube. You always got to go dirty.
You ruin every podcast.
Every podcast, you got to go dirty.